Now, there is one thing you need to understand about the YouTube platform, and it is the fact that every big creator that you see today on this platform started as a small channel. So you, as a small YouTuber, you are just starting out, you don't have the audience. Most of the tools on YouTube, you cannot access them. For example, before you are able to go live like this, you must have at least 50 subscribers. And so while just starting out and not having that 50 subscribers will prevent you from going live like this. So this is an example of why I titled this live video The Nightmare of Being a Small Channel, because truly, if you are restricted from using all the tools on YouTube, and also you are posting and having very low views, all those are nightmares. And if care is not taken, if you are not strong enough, you are going to give up. But let me give you this advice, or let me help you to have this understanding. If indeed every big creators you see today began as a small channel, then there are 100% chances that you as a small channel is definitely going to grow into a big channel one day. And what do you really need to grow into this big channel is what I am going to reveal at the end of this video. But since our discussion is going to center on the nightmare of being a small channel, let us start like this. Now, as I made mention, that as a small channel, you will be restricted from using most of the tools on YouTube. And I have given a clear example of one of those tools, which is what I am presently doing, that is doing now, that is going live. For you to go live like this, you must have 50 subscribers. And without 50 subscribers, that is to say, without having 50 subscribers, you won't be able to access these tools. Now, that is a nightmare in itself, as I said earlier. Now, another nightmare of being a small YouTube channel is having low views. Now, I want you to understand one thing. The fact that you are a small channel does not mean that YouTube is not going to recommend your videos to people. It will indeed recommend your video, but then it is not going to recommend it to a wider audience because the platform does not trust you yet. One, you do not have much content which gives you an history of consistency, because from too much content that you are having, which gives you history on the platform. Number two, that not having too much content also does not help the algorithm to understand what your content is all about. That is in what we call niching. So then, as a very small channel with very few contents, the YouTube platform will not trust you that much to show your content to a very wide audience. So what it does is test that your content with a very small audience. It might be 10, 20, 50, 100 or so, but it will be a very small audience. And while testing this your content to that small audience, the platform will look to see their response. That is how they react. Now, what happens is that if the reaction from your viewers, that is people who are seeing your video, is positive, that is to say they engage with your content by liking your video, sharing it, commenting, and all that. Now, what happens is that the platform will think that your content is very, very important and interesting. That is why more people are responding to it. And what it will do is to push that content to a wider audience. Now, there is a second thing that happens, because most times people might see your content because of your title or because of your thumbnail. They click that content to watch, but when they watch that content, at the end of the day, the start of your content, that is the first few seconds, does not grab them that much. And so what they would do is to leave the content. Now, if people are watching your content and leaving very early, it is going to count against you, because the platform will think that your content or that your video is not that interesting. That is why people are leaving it very early. And once it gets that signal, what the platform will do is to reduce your recommendation. That is to say, it will reduce the number of people it is going to show that content to. So you see the nightmare of being a small channel, having low views, and if you're having that low views, but the platform is showing your videos to people and they are, oh, okay, let's go like this. If on the other hand, the platform is showing your videos to people and they are responding negatively, I showed you the positive side, and now let me show you the negative side to help you have a better understanding. Now, if the algorithm is showing your videos to people and they are responding negatively, that is, they do not click on that video to watch it, or as I say, they click and then leave that video early, the platform is going to abandon that video because it will think that your video is not interesting enough. So all these are the nightmares of being a small channel. You will be restricted. So, okay, in summary, at this point, I want you to understand the first nightmare of being a small channel is being restricted from using most of the platforms, tools, and the second is having very low views. Now, how do you grow as a small channel? How do you hold on until you become successful? The first advice I want to give you is to think about the fact that so long as those big channels you are seeing today started out small as you are starting out, there is 100% chance that you will become a big channel someday. And then you must now start to study what those big channels were doing in order for them to get to the position or the point they are today. And when you study, the first thing you are going to discover about them is consistency. Now, when it comes to the matter of consistency, so many creators get it very wrong. And because so many think that consistency means you should be posting videos every blessed day. Now, what is going to happen to you here on YouTube if you want to be posting videos every single day is that you are going to end up posting randomly. I'm speaking from experience because it happened to me. Why you are going to post randomly is that there are times you will not have the chance to sit down to create the normal or the usual content you create. And so what will happen is that you are going to, in order to keep up with the consistency momentum of posting every day, you will want to rush and post whatever comes in view. I did it. Most times I would have to cut pictures and make a video to post, so that thinking that I must post to stay consistent. Now, when you study those big channels, as I said, you will discover that their consistency lies on the fact that they had a rhythm or a frequency for posting. Now, for example, on this particular channel, Taculia Blog, I post long videos every Monday, and my short videos comes up on Tuesdays and Fridays. That's my own consistency for the week. One long video and two shorts. Now, if I have to skip a week or two, it means now if I have to get busy, I can skip a week or two without posting. And what I do when I skip that 1 or 2 weeks is to go live often. Now, for example, as I did not post anything last week, this week, what my target is to go live. I won't be posting anything this week. I won't be maintaining that my consistency of posting on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday this week. Instead, what I will do is to ensure that on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, I go live. At least stay live for 10 or more minutes. Now, that will signal to the algorithm that even if I am not uploading content directly to the platform, as I am going live, I am still being relevant on the platform. And that is what we know or understand as consistency. So consistency is not all about you are posting every day. It's about having a frequency for posting. Even if you will post once in 2 weeks or even once a month, you have to stick to that so that over a long period of time, the algorithm will understand, okay, this creator only has the chance to post once in a month. And once it gets that frequency or that rhythm, the algorithm now will have the confidence that you are not going to run away tomorrow, that you are going to stay on because you are going to stay on the platform for a long time. Now, on the other hand, if you are fond of posting once and appearing for a long time, like for example, you post this week or you post like 5 contents or 10 contents in a week and then disappear for 1, 2, 3 months and then still come back to post 5 or 10 contents again, that is not consistency, because it will make it very difficult for the algorithm to trust you. It might think that there will come a time that you won't have the chance to post that content, that 5 to 10 content, and then you will lay off the platform. So in essence, the YouTube platform is not looking for creators who are inconsistent. It is not looking for creators who will run away tomorrow. It is looking for creators who are going to stay on the platform for as long as the platform exists. So you prove to them that you are that creator by creating your own rhythm or frequency for being consistent. And I gave you an example of mine: one long video and 2 shorts every week. Now, the second thing you must do to survive as a small YouTube channel is to be patient. Now, I always have this adage in my head every time. The adage that says that Rome was not built in a day. And I also like to make this reference of the natural human growth, where we have to, after being born into this world as infants, we will start learning how to crawl. From crawling, we will start learning how to stand up. From standing, we will start learning how to walk, and from walking, we will start learning how to run. And when you look, this takes time. It doesn't just happen. A baby is not born today, tomorrow he crawls, next tomorrow he walks, and the next tomorrow he runs. It takes time for that baby to enter each of those stages of development. So I always believe, or I always liken the YouTube platform to the natural human growth. When you come in as a small channel, understand that you are being born as an infant. And so you must give yourself time while you are consistent, that is posting, having your frequency of posting and keeping to that rhythm. You must then give time for your post to start to gather momentum. That is, you start to have a number of posts that will help, a number of posts and history that will help the platform to understand what your content is really about. Now, after this, the platform starts to understand what your content is all about and the right audience to push that content out to, you will start to see your views going gradually. You might not see a rise in views and subscribers at the same time, because these two metrics happen simultaneously. You can grow your subscribers, but your views stay low. And you can also grow your views. Your views can stay high, but your subscribers stay low. These two things, they do not tell us how they happen, or they do not go hand in hand. That is to say, it is not going to happen that you have much subscribers and much views at the same time. Based on your content type, your subscribers might move up. Your subscribers might grow very rapidly while your views stay low, or your views might go rapidly while your subscribers stay very low. But over time, I want you to understand that when everything aligns, your views and both your subscribers will start to grow. Now, the most important thing I want you to understand is, as a new creator also, people will not understand, people will not recognize your voice. Now, one funny thing about these people online is that they want to have the confidence in the people they are watching, as in they want to know that that person has an experience, or that person really knows the subject that he is targeting, or subject is creating content around, before they can stick and be watching that person's video. So no matter how interesting your content might be, when you are just starting out and you don't have much content that will help people to watch and rewatch and really understand what you are all about, either the wisdom or the foolishness in your content for them to stick, it is going to be very difficult for you to grow as a small creator. So these are the reasons why you must give yourself time, because after you have so much content, after you have uploaded much content and people are watching you back to back, they will start to have that confidence that indeed they know what you are doing. And another important thing is that over time, they will see the improvement that is coming from you. For example, now, if you started making content without a podcast studio. You started making it in your room as I'm doing. Now, over time, you start to grow, you catapult to having your own podcast studio, and you transcend from or and you transition from the room like I am staying now to that your podcast studio. Your background starts to change, your dress code starts to change, your video editing starts to change, the quality of your video starts to change based on the transition from a particular phone to another or equipment to another, based on how you are able to purchase equipments after staying so long on the platform. People now will believe that this creator has really come a long way. He has stayed around, he has sticked until he has come to this point. Now we have the confidence to stick with him because he really knows what he is doing. So as a new creator, in essence, it means that the nightmare you are going to encounter is that the platform will not trust you because you don't have much content to help it understand what you are all about. And also the viewers, real human beings, will not trust you because they don't see much of your content or your improvement, that is your transition, to really understand that this guy is very serious about what he or she is doing. So therefore, when you start out as a new creator, the first thing you must have in your mind, at the back of your mind, is that all the big creators you saw today started as you are starting. And if you are able to be consistent, I have revealed to you what consistency is all about, and also exercise patience. That is, wait until you upload the number of contents that will make you to grow. Then over time, you will become successful. Now, another very important thing I want us to address before we bring this life to an end is that even as a new creator, you need to optimize your content in a way that when people see it, they will stick to watch it. And the trick to doing this is to ensure that in every of your video, you are targeting a particular problem. And while targeting that particular problem, give a practical solution to that problem. Especially, let that problem come from your own personal experience. Now, when people discover, and when it comes from that your personal experience also, have an evidence to show people. For example, I always regret today for deleting the videos I made on this particular platform so that when I talk about posting randomly, when people go down, they don't see most of those random videos because I have selected and deleted them. But then if you go back to my video on this particular channel, they will see that most of the videos when I started out, I wasn't making content about YouTube growth. My video was all about social media growth. I was making a content on social media randomly until I discovered that it was slowing down my growth. And so I had to niche down to make content about just YouTube growth. And my main target in YouTube growth is for small creators, those who are coming up, those who are just starting out on YouTube. I want to be that guy that gives small creators the confidence that so long as other big creators we are seeing today started out as we are starting out small, we also that are starting out small today will become big someday. And I also wish that one day I will also become big so that when I am speaking about small creators, I can refer them back to my videos. I mean, the videos I make while I was a small creator, so that they would see the evidence that I really started from zero. But the funniest part is that when you blow as a big creator, most of your videos that did not have views before you start to have views. So I wish the platform was structured in a way that when you grow as a big creator, the videos, whether you had 0 views or 1 view or 2 views, will still remain on your platform so that when you are recommending people to it, they will see those view counts to really believe that you started somewhere. But the funniest part is that when you blow, your video will start to grow. Most of the videos that did not have views, they will start to have much views. And for that reason, there will be no low views. There might be no low views down your channel for people to really believe that you started somewhere. But I don't want that to always confuse you. It's how the platform works. But keep it at the back of your mind that as a new creator, all the big creators today you are seeing also started out as you are starting out. And in due course, they became big. And what made them to become big is consistency and patience. They have stayed long enough in the platform. Now, one thing I do is when I look on the big creators, especially in my niche, who have really grown, I discover that it has taken them 3 to 4 years to grow to the level that they are. That is why when I'm advising new creators, small YouTubers, I always advise them to give themselves at least 2 years to see the positive growth they are looking for. When you start YouTube, think about how you are going to be consistent, map out or carve your consistency, and then draw your calendar of posting. Within a year, if you are posting 4 videos every week, you know the number of videos you are going to get in a year, and in 2 years, you know the number you are going to get. And so keep at least 2 years for yourself to see the growth that you want. And from 3 years, 4 years up, you will become a big creator. That is why it is also important for you to have other things doing around when you are starting YouTube so that you don't depend on it alone. Now, in our next live, we are going to address another issue on being a small creator. So, on the nightmare of being a small creator, we have discovered that when you are starting out, you will have low views, people will not trust your voice, you will be restricted from using most of the platforms, tools, and all that. But having it at the back of your mind that you are a new creator, hold on to the fact that one day you are going to become a big creator and all those things are going to be available for you. Have a nice day.